Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily SWAT Pegasus, a level we haven't seen for quite some time. We had a very weird loading screen before this game began, so I fear there will be some weird lagginess afoot. But let us continue and see what we get. Everyone's in, so I mean that's something.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Starting well, I suppose. Yeah, it's a good start, so I'll take that. Spartan down. Spartan down. I don't like this level because it's got that one spot where everyone sits. Which is that one up there where everyone's sitting. As if to emphasise my point perfectly. It's the stairwell of doom.
Double kill.
Target's damaged.
Reverse.
Oh, no, they're all in there. Defending their little city hole. A hole the size of a city.
Enemy fire.
Enemy fire.
Top gun. Double kill.
Oh, missed completely there. Missed. Like steam, water vapour. Oh! That was a bad idea.
Target. Blue bend.
Oh yeah, the story that I was going to tell. It's completely unrelated to Halo, but it's kind of interesting. It might take me a couple of minutes to tell it, so I might have enough time. When I was in school, secondary school, high school, I suppose some of you might have called that period of your lives. I was, what, 16, 14, 16, around that sort of time. I can't really remember, where you take your sort of final exams before going off to college or whatever you do. And for me, it was, it was great. I was loving it. I was really into creative writing. It was a good passion of mine, a strong passion. I used to write stuff every day about the weirdest and wildest characters I could possibly think of. Really just fun stuff I just write from my brain. Which is, normally the place where people get their brain ideas from. Anyway, I had this particularly arsey teacher who, for some reason, maybe because I was fat, I don't know, really hated me. She was an Australian lady, which, is fine. I don't have anything against Australians at all. Awkward pause there. No, she was perfectly fine. Can't even remember her name, which is probably for the best, to be honest. But yeah, she despised me. So she was the teacher for the English class, and as part of the exam, part of the finals, or whatever you call it, I had to submit a lengthy creative writing piece, a short novel of sorts. And mine was
Killing spree.
thrown away, ripped up and thrown away by this teacher. It broke my heart and turned me away from creative writing. The reason she did this, and said to a small, fat boy, "Your writing is awful, racist nonsense," is because I'd written about a character that I called Bobby Bobbitt, who was a Jamaican chap who worked in a nuclear power station. His job was to monitor the failure override system, and in the event of nuclear meltdown, he would save the lives of all of his cohabitants on whatever island he lived on. I can't quite remember. Jamaica, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, I wrote this sort of heartfelt story, bit of comedy value in there. It was mostly humorous, to be honest.
Enemy team nearing
But her problem with it was that I'd written in the first person a few times, which was sort of the characters in a monologue, which popped out every now and then, and when he spoke to other characters, it would be written in a sort of Jamaican accent of sorts, so he'd say stuff like "Ya man, how's it, Guan," and stuff like that. But it was little side things. I could have edited it, taken it out. You know, I could have had some genuine advice from the teacher rather than her just rip it up in my face. But yeah, essentially the story was Bobby was put in charge of this sort of nuclear failsafe thing, and there was a meltdown, and he sacrificed himself basically to save the people of Jamaica, nay the world. He was almost killed in an event, and he was taken to limbo, where he would be judged for his life, and we lost by 1 kill. He would be judged, and he would have his fate decided whether he would return to the land of the living or to the depths of Hades. Limbo in this story was a fictional limbo competition in some sort of heavenly dreamscape, where he'd met characters from throughout history and would limbo against them to try and claim his place back on the earth. It was a weird story, but I don't think it was racist. Do you think that sounds racist? A story about a Jamaican guy that has to do a limbo competition to decide whether or not he lives? If you put it like that, it sounds kind of weird. I wouldn't consider it racist, though. But, you know, as a child, I could have received some pointers about where the story was going, rather than just being told, "This is some absolute racist nonsense. I will not be reading this," or something along those lines. Anyway, it crushed me, and I haven't read anything since. So, yeah, thanks for putting up with that weird story. Annoyingly, I think I did quite well in that game, but we just lost. 26 kills and 13 deaths. Maybe I should talk absolute nonsense more often. It seems to do quite well. Do me well. I've lost the ability to speak. Anyway, more of this, maybe some more stories tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining.